More than 2,000 years ago, in the dusty villages and shores of ancient Israel, Jesus of Nazareth chose 12 ordinary men. They were not kings. They were not scholars. They were not powerful rulers. They were fishermen, workers, and men from simple homes. Yet these 12 men would carry a message that would change the world forever. These were the 12 disciples, the men who walked with Jesus. Let us meet them. Peter. A fisherman from Bethsaida, strong, bold, and full of passion. His original name was Simon, but Jesus gave him a new name, Peter, meaning rock. Peter was fearless. He once stepped out of a boat and walked on water toward Jesus. But Peter also knew weakness. On the night Jesus was arrested, he denied knowing him 3 times. Yet grace restored him. After the resurrection, Peter became one of the greatest leaders of the early church, preaching boldly and bringing thousands to faith.
Salvation. Open your hearts and let the truth guide you.
Tradition says Peter was later crucified in Rome, choosing to die upside down because he felt unworthy to die the same way as his Lord. Next is Andrew, the quiet bridge builder. Andrew was Peter's brother and also a fisherman. Before he ever followed Jesus, Andrew had been searching for truth. When he finally met Christ, the first thing Andrew did was bring his brother Peter to him. Andrew had a heart for bringing people to Jesus. After the resurrection, he traveled far across lands preaching the gospel. Tradition tells us Andrew was crucified in Greece on an X-shaped cross, remaining faithful to the very end. Then came James, the son of Zebedee, a fisherman by trade and the brother of John. Jesus called them the sons of thunder because of their fiery and passionate spirit. James was among the inner circle who witnessed some of Jesus' greatest miracles. His devotion to Christ would come at a great cost. James became the first of the 12 disciples to be martyred, executed by King Herod. His courage became a powerful testimony to the early church. Now meet John, the brother of James. John is often remembered as the disciple whom Jesus loved. He stood faithfully near the cross when many others had fled. Later, John would write some of the most powerful books of the New Testament, including the Gospel of John and the Book of Revelation. His writings continue to inspire millions. John lived longer than the other disciples and spent his final years teaching believers about the love and truth of Christ. Next is Philip, a man quick to follow when truth appeared. When Jesus called him, Philip did not hesitate. Instead, he immediately went to find his friend Nathanael and told him the Messiah had come.
Nathanael, we have found the one Moses wrote about in the law. From Nazareth, come and see.
Philip had a heart for sharing the good news. After Jesus' resurrection, Philip carried the message of Christ to distant regions. According to tradition, he remained faithful to the gospel even in the face of persecution. Then came Bartholomew, also known as Nathanael. At first, he was skeptical. When he heard about Jesus from Nazareth, he asked, "Can anything good come from there?" But when Nathanael met Jesus face to face, everything changed. Jesus saw his honest heart and called him a man without deceit. From that moment forward, Nathanael followed Christ and later carried the message of the gospel to distant lands. Now we meet Matthew, the tax collector. Before following Jesus, Matthew worked collecting taxes for the Roman government. Many people despised tax collectors and considered them traitors. Yet Jesus saw something different. He called Matthew to leave everything behind and follow him.
Follow me.
Matthew later wrote the Gospel of Matthew, preserving the story of Jesus for generations to come. Next is Thomas, often remembered as Doubting Thomas. When the other disciples said Jesus had risen from the dead, Thomas struggled to believe. He said he would only believe if he could see and touch the wounds of Christ. But when Jesus appeared to him, Thomas fell to his knees and declared, "My Lord and my God." Thomas later carried the message of Jesus far beyond Israel, possibly as far as India. Now comes James, the son of Alphaeus, often called James the Less. Though little is recorded about his life, his faithfulness speaks loudly. James was one of the quiet followers who remained devoted to Jesus. He helped spread the message of the gospel after Christ's resurrection. Sometimes the greatest impact comes not through fame, but through faithful obedience. Next is Thaddeus, also known as Jude. He was a thoughtful disciple who once asked Jesus how he would reveal himself to the world. Thaddeus later became a messenger of the gospel across different lands. Though history records little about his journey, tradition remembers him as a courageous preacher who carried the message of Christ wherever he went. Then we meet Simon the Zealot. Before following Jesus, Simon belonged to a political movement that fiercely opposed Roman rule. But Jesus transformed Simon's mission. Instead of fighting with swords, Simon now fought with truth. He carried the message of peace, forgiveness, and salvation to many regions. His life reminds us that Jesus can transform even the fiercest hearts. Finally, there was Judas Iscariot. Judas was chosen as one of the 12 and walked with Jesus for years. Yet in a tragic turn, he betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. His story stands as a warning about the danger of turning away from truth and allowing greed to take hold of the heart. 12 men, not kings, not rulers, not men of great power, just ordinary people who answered the call of Jesus. Through their faith, courage, and sacrifice, the message of the gospel spread across nations and centuries. Their footsteps echoed across history, and today, their story reminds us of a powerful truth. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Matthew 4:19. "Follow me," Jesus said, "and I will make you fishers of men."